What does Hollywood 16 mean to you as a kid growing up in New Jersey?
Still the same thing it means to me now. It's like that's like the mark in skating. Like if you do something here, that's like, especially at NBD, like it's legit. To me, when I was a kid, anytime when I'd watch skate videos, I would get the most excited when I saw Hollywood High, whether it was the 12 or the 16, because it's like the one spot that every skater knows this spot. It's like a landmark. It's like if you do an NBD, I mean, even if you do a trick that's been done here, it's still like pretty substantial. But if you manage to do an NBD here, after all the years this has been skated and killed by everyone, then it's a pretty big deal, and it'll definitely get some attention in the skate world.
And have you always wanted to do an inward hill down this since you was younger, or was it a different trick in mind?
To be honest with you, before I moved out to California, I always wanted to double flip it. That was like my dream trick. And I actually tried it. I tried it, I think twice. Came here at 2 different times to try it. I couldn't stick that one. I don't think I was ready to skate the 16. Well, I mean, I ollied it, but like I don't think I was ready to do a trick at the time when I tried it. I was just kind of scared to stick something, so that didn't work out. But inward heel would have probably been my next choice, just because it's like, well, nowadays that's like my go-to trick.
Would you consider that a dream trick down this?
I consider any trick had never been done a dream trick down this for me.
Okay, I want to ask a few questions about this spot that some people might be wondering that has never been here. But let's start with the 12 stair over there. So what would you say in comparison the 12 stair is to the 16? Is it still considered big, or is it a big difference?
It's about 4 stairs less.
All right, I'm done with this video.
Yeah, to be honest with you, the 12 is like, especially the rail, it's not that much different than the 16. I mean, I don't skate rails, but I've talked to people who skated both, and they're like, if you're gonna do a trick on the 12, you might as well do it on the 16, because it's like not much different. And in terms of stairs, people who've never been here don't really know this, but the 12 lands going uphill a little bit. 16 lands going downhill, so it's a little bit easier to ride away from your trick on the 16 if you got the strength to stand up on that. But in terms of size, it's really not that much bigger of a jump, to be honest. You just gotta go a little bit faster.
What are some of your favorite tricks you've seen done down the 12 stair, and what are some of the favorite tricks you've done down it?
So many sick tricks done on this set. I don't know, when you said that, the first thing that came to mind, just like down the set, I remember Forrest Edwards switch trade it. That's crazy. That was sick, and he did that a long time ago. And another Forrest trick, he tray flip 50'd the rail. He did it, landed, and grabbed his board.
Crazy.
That's like, that dude's so insane. Some other tricks, I mean, Nija's definitely done some sick tricks, like back 270 nose blunt, kickflip back nose blunt. Oh, I remember back in the day, Dustin Dolan kickflip crooked it. At the time, that was like crazy.
Yeah, I remember that clip.
And then he blunt slid the 16, I think like the same session.
What are some tricks you did?
I've done like only maybe a handful of tricks. Just double flip, inward heel, and triple flip. I think those are the only tricks I've done here.
So being somebody that skated this 12 stair, what are some pros and cons about it?
Well, like I said, the landing is kind of uphill. That's definitely a con when you're trying to ride away. The ground at the bottom, it's kind of rough. I mean, it's not the smoothest cement, so you'll get a little torn up if you fall on it. The pros, I mean, you definitely have enough run up for the 12. Like, that's not a problem, and it's pretty smooth up there. It's a famous spot. I mean, that just gets you more pumped to do shit on it. There's a gate right here, so your board will never shoot away. That's always kind of annoying when your board shoots out and you have to run a mile to go get it.
Now, when it comes down to the 16, what are some of your favorite tricks that was done down here?
Down with 16, all right. I gotta shout this out, because this is one of my favorite video parts ever, and I feel like it got really overlooked. Like, not many people have seen this part. Aubie Taylor, in a video part called Allergic to Awesome, he switch heeled this, and that was really inspiring to see that. Like, that got me really pumped to jump down the 16 watching that clip. Like, so sick. I think like the B-roll of that is on the barracks or something of all of his tries. He was like getting kicked out by some guy in like a go-kart type thing that works for the school. He had one last try. The guy gave him one last try, and he landed it on that try. It was so sick. Nick Merlino nollie flipped it. That's crazy. The homie Kenny Stanley fakie flipped it. That's like unfathomable to me. I don't know how you can get speed to do a fakie trick down this. In terms of the rail, shoot, I mean, I'm gonna go back to Nigel's tricks. I've always been a fan of his stuff. Like I think he did like back 270 lip and then walked up and kickflip back lipped it first try. That was like, I didn't even believe that clip when I first saw it, but that really did happen. Oh, kickflip front nose grind. That was crazy, Dominic Walker. Another sick rail trick that I liked was, oh, and on the stairs too, Ryan DeCenzo. He front three'd the set. That's insane. I don't know how people front three down the stairs. And he switch blunt slid the rail. That was a sick one. Explain
That day, what made you go for the inward hill down this? How did that day go? How did you feel? Did you think you was gonna land it?
Man, that is a wild story because it wasn't just a random day. The day before I did it, I had a friend from Florida who came out here to visit, and you know, just like any skate tourist, he was like, "Yo, let's go to Hollywood High. I want to see it in person." I'm like, "Yeah, let's go. Sure, whatever." So we go, and then me being me, I just wanted to like do a trick here, film it. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna inward heel the 12 down to film it," and I actually did it in a line. I did like a trick off the little roof up there, and then inward heeled it in a run, and it wasn't like that crazy to me. So then, about a month before I did that, I had a video part coming out, and I showed it to Tori Pudwill because it was for Grizzly, and I inward heeled like a 14 stair in the video part, and he saw that, and he was like, "Yo, I bet you could inward heel Hollywood 16. I'll give you an ad for it." And I'm like, at the time, I mean, I knew a homie who had stuck inward heel on the 16, so I didn't want to step on his toes. So I told Tori, he didn't offer the ad at first. First he just said, "I bet you could inward heel the 16." And then I told him I had the homie that stuck it. I didn't want to like steal his trick. And he's like, "I'll give you an ad if you do it." And I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, that changed the game for me, because like, I mean, I'd never been in a magazine or anything before, so I'm like, oh man, this could be like my big shot right here. So kind of took him up on that offer, but not right away. Like, I knew in my head I could probably do it, but like, I just wanted to wait for the right time. And then, I mean, I guess inward heeling the 12, just jokingly, I texted Tori that night, because you know, he's a busy guy. He doesn't really respond the quickest sometimes. So I didn't think he would respond to this, but I sent him the clip of the inward heel on the 12, and I'm like, "Yo, Tori, I think I'm ready for the 16, just like kind of joking. And then he responded right away. He was like, "Yo, let's go tomorrow. I'll bring a photographer and everything." And I'm like, "Oh, shit." I was like, "Damn, I'm screwed. Like I have to do it now. I can't not do it." So then I was like tripping out, and I was like, I think I was like actually out with some girl that night, and I was like ruining the whole vibe. I was just like stressing the whole time, and she's like, "What are you worrying about?" And I'm like, I have to like do like probably the scariest trick of my life tomorrow, or I'm gonna look like a loser. I think that's literally what I told her. And she's like, "Well, what trick is it?" And keep in mind, this girl knows nothing about skateboarding. And I was like, I got to do an inward heel flip down this 16 stair. And she's like, "Which one is the inward heel flip?" And I showed her a clip of me doing it on another set, like maybe like a 12 or a 13 or something. And she was like, "Well, you do that trick all the time. How is that any different?" And then like something clicked in my brain when she said that. Like, it sounds so obvious, but like something clicked when someone who doesn't skateboard at all just said that to me. I was like, you know what? She's right. She has a point. Like, I can do this. I do that trick all the time. Like, why would I not be able to do it? So, I don't know. I just kind of slept on that night. And then the next day, I came here, tried to inward heel the 12 again, couldn't do it. And I was freaking out. I'm like, why is this happening to me? Why can't I do this now? And I did one super sketchy. Tori showed up. Everyone, and I was like, all right, it's go time. I didn't even ollie the set because I didn't want to risk getting broke off on an ollie before I tried the trick. So I just went for it, threw one out. It honestly didn't feel that bad. And the second try, the second try was when I was like, yo, I can actually do this. And then I think I stuck it the third one, kicked out one more time, and then I landed it 5th try. I will never forget that feeling. Like, I landed it, rode past that gate right there, and I thought it was a dream. I literally thought, cause like good shit doesn't happen to me. So that was like, it felt like a dream. I was like, there's no way I just did that 5th try. Cause like it takes me forever to do any trick ever. I was expecting to be like going through such a big battle and like just dead, like having jelly legs, but 5th try, rode away. And it was like the most unbelievable feeling. I almost like, I didn't believe I did it until I went home. Yeah.
So when it comes to Tori Pomo being there, how did he react?
I'm pretty sure he was like on live video, and that like,
that's crazy.
That added more like kind of pressure, I guess, because I'm like, I mean, he has like 1 million followers or something, and I'm like, oh crap, there's all these people watching this right now. And I mean, yeah, he was excited. He definitely like gave me a hug and shit afterwards, and he was super hyped for sure. And like I'm glad I didn't mess up. I think that was the first time I like actually, like, I had known Tori for a while, but I never actually skated in front of him, so I didn't want to look bad. I didn't want to like not land the trick and just have him be like, oh, why is this guy even on my team? Like, so I'm glad it worked out good.
So he stuck to his word, and you got the magazine right here.
Well, nope.
No?
Nope. There's that's another part of the story here. So I did the trick. I got the sequence, and then a couple months later, I was kind of just wondering like when this ad was gonna come out, and I hit up Tori. I'm like, yo, when was that coming out? And he was like, yo, my bad, dude. Grizzly just stopped running ads, and I'm like.
That's fucked up.
Yo, I was like, I was depressed when I got that text. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm stoked I did the trick, but like, dude, come on, like this, like I don't have anyone else who's gonna get me in a magazine. Like that's it. Like, what do I do with this now? But then in my head, I'm like, nah, dude, come on, no, this is an NBD on Hollywood 16. There's got to be a way to use this. So I hit up the photographer who shot it. Shout out Sue Trin, OG photographer. Hit him up. I'm like, yo, dude, is like Tori just told me they don't run ads anymore. Is there any other way we can get this in the magazine? And he's like, yo, I'll hit up Mike Burnett and see if he wants to use it. He emailed Mike Burnett. He's stoked on it, and he's like, yeah, we can definitely use it for something. So then I wasn't sure what they were going to use it for, and because I mean, I don't really have any other brands that I ride for that had ads in the magazine, so they just told me it was coming out. So then I got the magazine, and I got the ender in an article of just like, the article was called Nuke Babies, and it's just basically, it was just an article about gnarly tricks on like gnarly spots. And shout out Mike Piowar, he had the opener for the article of, he switched frontside flip this. That was the first trick.
16?
Yeah. He had the first photo, and then I had the last one. So in my opinion, I kind of think it's cooler to like it happen that way, because like articles are kind of cooler than just ads, you know. But shout out Tori either way, because without him, I don't think I would have done this. He definitely like pushed me to do it, and yeah, shout out Tori. He's honestly kind of like the
reason why.
The main reason